My neighbors ask me why I'm limping down the way, and who that fella was who came by yesterday. I quickly turn my face before I start to blush, 'cause frankly there is nothing I can say. I've always had a thing for pushing the extremes, and I just got a thing you won't find in the magazines. This molded silicone has got me begging, please give me more of what I really need, 'cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course cock. Grab the lube and slam the day away. My shaft is quivering and my balls are turning blue as I think of drinking in a foot or even two of my favorite stallion that I keep in my top drawer. Slip it in and I'll be dripping goo as I take more cock, horse cock. Shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me saying nay, 'cause there is no cock like horse cock. Rub my dick inside a sock. Don't stop now, horse cock. Stretch out my insides and make me bray. My lovely horse cock, horse cock. Shoot the doop dup 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 down da horse cock, my horse cock. Yeah da 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 yeah da 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 da.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I am Nathaniel Janc from Nintendo Prime. Shout out to the couple of people that are already in the chat. I know we only got a little bit of people watching right now. Maybe it'll pick up steam. Maybe it won't. I have no idea. This is a Saturday. So, Seguin the Pikachu fan, how's it going, man? And we have Eric Wolf as well in the chat. How you guys doing on this lovely Saturday, the last Saturday of the year? I shouldn't say of the year, of me being 33, anyways. Because a week from today, at midnight on Saturday, which was really midnight of Sunday, so it's really technically Sunday, I turned 34 years old. So a week from today, if I happen to be live streaming at night, it's because it's going to be my birthday. Although I'll probably stream on my birthday. I might go out for some drinks the night I turn 34, but we'll see. But yeah, so last Saturday of June, which means the following Saturday is July 4th and right before my birthday. All right. How you guys doing today? Let's see if I can find a few things to talk about while wait for questions to roll in. This is a Q&A. So you can ask any questions you want. It doesn't really matter. I might not answer it necessarily if it's personal. Oh, Sweet Life of Dio Brando's here as well. I might answer it. Might not answer it. I have no idea. But you can ask questions away.
Dad, we're back.
Hey, guys.
We went to Subway for supper.
Okay. Outside, please. Okay. Mom's out back. That was just my son. Yeah. My kid just got back from grandma's house. I will be looking at some stuff. I guess right now for some news to talk about. Otherwise, you guys can ask questions. You can super chat it in. You can also super chat, and if you do super chat, you can get song requests in. Maybe a little shot here and there, depending on how I'm feeling. Otherwise, we're just gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna talk about some stuff that I'm seeing, I guess, in the news for video games, and we'll go from there until the questions start rolling in. Let's see here. I'm just kind of scrolling through some stuff on Nintendo Life because I haven't really been online today. I've been working all day. So let's see here. Oh, I know one thing we can talk about. It's not really news related, but it is something that I'm interested in talking about, and that's Ninjala. So Ninjala's out. for those who don't know, it's a free-to-play game. So if you have a Switch, there's no reason not to at least give it a try. I'm sure some people have been kind of patiently waiting for me to talk about Ninjala because I've been hyping up Ninjala seemingly for years at this point. When I first played it at E3 2018, 2 months ago, I put up a video saying Ninjala is the biggest game on Switch since Breath of the Wild. That was like almost 5,000 views. Ninjala's the next Splatoon. That was my hands-on impressions back at E3, 16,000 views. I also talked about when it was delayed last year, got 1.6K views. And then my exclusive gameplay of Ninjala video from E3 has 19,000 views. So it's been a really popular topic on my channel in particular. Ninjala has been a game that I've obviously been following for a little while. There hasn't been a lot of news until obviously this year. And then this year I didn't talk about it too much because I'm like, hey, it's coming out. I still plan to do a standalone video on it, doing my impressions of the game. But we could still talk about my early impressions right now until I get some more time with it. We got Juan Castillo in the chat and Cody Franklin. So one thing I guess I could talk about is I'm still deciding if I like what they changed about the combat. I put up a tweet about this the other day, and I need to play more with it to find out, because when I played Ninjala back at E3, I didn't actually enjoy the game for the first couple of matches, but the more I played it, the more I liked it. And back then, there was no dodge system the way that it works now, where there's like this rock, paper, scissors, left, right, up, down. And I realize this also changes. It's not just a dodge. It changes your type of attack, and the attacks counter each other. And depending on which one you pick, if you pick the right one, the rock, whatever, the rock, paper, scissors mechanic, you can win. Now you can dodge and get out of it and all this stuff. But that mechanic didn't really exist back at E3 of 2018 when I fell in love with the game. You could still dodge left or right. You could still appear behind people, but it really wasn't a rock, paper, scissors thing. It was you mash a button to attack. If he hits you first, great. If you hit him first, great. That was kind of it. You had some really cool gun mechanics, and a lot of the gun mechanics are still in the game, but now they're like different. Like to power up your weapon now requires filling a meter instead of filling your. Well, at E3 2018, you could just blow your bubble gum up to like a really huge level, and then you could decide to shoot that bubble, which would be the only way to sticky an opponent to the ground, or you could pop the bubble, and then that would give you a bigger, more powerful weapon. Well, now you got to fill up some meter to get the more powerful weapon. So they really changed some of the core mechanics from the E3 demo to the final release, and it feels polished. So it's not as if they kind of rushed it. They clearly took feedback from E3 and decided to make some changes. I wish they wouldn't have made some of those changes, but I have yet to decide if I like the new mechanics or if I don't like it. I feel like the game right now, my initial impressions were it was better combat-wise back at E3 2018 than it is now. But again, I didn't like it initially at E3, and then I kind of started falling in love with it the more I played. So I need to spend some more time with this. And you might say, well, you obviously have more time to play with it now than E3. I've literally spent 10 minutes playing. E3, I spent 2 hours playing. So I need to honestly sit down, give it a long play session. Maybe I'll do it on a live stream or something and see how I'm feeling about things. I haven't done the story mode or anything yet. I literally just hopped straight into online matches. Did a little bit of customizing and stuff of the character with some stuff I got, but yeah, it's one of those things that I don't know. I'll have more to say once I play more of it. I know I've had a number of people DMing me and asking me, hey, when are you gonna do like Ninjala's out now? Like, when are you gonna do an impressions video? It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to be talking a lot about Ninjala. I think in this next week, I'll have at least one big video come out for it. That's kind of like my review, I guess, but I'm not really reviewing. I'm just doing impressions. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if my impressions hold up. We got Mitchell Clyburn in the chat. Welcome, Cody Franklin as well. Stephen M is here. Remember, guys, you can ask your questions away. You can at me in the chat or just ask your question right now. The chat's kind of slow, so I'll probably get to it anyways. All that jazz. We got our first question came in from Cody Franklin. So, can you have 2 save files on Mario Odyssey? Getting a little bored of post-credits play. Maybe I should restart. I am not sure, actually. And my copy of Mario Odyssey is not down here right now. So, I can't even check. You can always go on a new profile and or make a new profile and start all over again. Like, that's what it's like with Breath of the Wild. You just, of course you can start over. Just make a new profile. They're free. can have up to like 8 of them on your Switch. Otherwise, I'm not sure if there's actually like save file slots. I cannot remember because it's been, God, at least a year since I've turned on Mario Odyssey personally. Let's see here. Eric Wolf thinks there's 3 save slots. So, I accidentally deleted my Pokemon Shield save when I had to reinitialize a Switch Lite to return it. I'm most frustrated over permanently losing the DLC exclusive outfits that can't be downloaded. That's a little crappy that they can't realize those outfits came with your DLC purchase. It's kind of dumb. But Pokemon has a lot of weird things with the saves, and I don't know. I don't like the way that they handle that sometimes. Red Chaos 173, welcome, man. He's got a legit question here. Says, hey Nate, do you think we might get some information or a reveal gameplay trailer of Metroid Prime 4, or is it still too soon based on the restarted development? Well, it's been over a year since they announced the development was restarted. Typically, even if they didn't restart development until that announcement was made, which chances are development was restarted before that announcement was made, they probably would have something to show at this point if they really wanted to. There would be some visuals, a mini trailer they could put together. Even if the game might still be a year or 2 away, they could still do something if they wanted to. But because I don't think the game is even remotely even a faint hope of it coming in 2020, I don't think we're going to see anything on it soon. Nintendo doesn't like showing games, like actually showing games, until we're closer to it. I know there's exceptions. We actually technically saw the first gameplay for Mario Odyssey in October of 2016, over a year later before we got to play that game. But I think that, or maybe it wasn't over a year later. Wasn't it November? Whatever. It was around a year later anyways. But that's not always typical unless it's like a Zelda game. They tend to always tease Zelda games a year or 2 early. So yeah, I'm not really sure that I would expect to see any Metroid Prime 4 at all this year. Next year, I definitely think we should see our first tease of it at some point, even if it's not coming next year. But yeah, we'll see. We got to kind of see how Nintendo handles game announcements the rest of this year before we start worrying about next year. We have a super chat in from Corey Bohm. Thank you so much for your $4 Canadian, aka $2.92 USD, my currency. It says, who's better at Ninjala, Eric or Ulia? Probably Eric, because Yulia hasn't played yet. And I don't even know if Eric's playing yet. I got to get him online and do some matches with him. But yeah, I've only played for 10 minutes. And I know that seems blasphemy. I've just been really busy. It's been a really busy week. But tomorrow I plan to get some serious game time in on Ninjala. And we'll go from there. And I'll probably have an impression video on Monday. We'll see. Maybe Tuesday. But yeah. And I gotta hit up Eric and be like, hey, get on Ninjala. Let's play some matches together and see what it's like playing with someone I know versus just strangers versus the story mode and all that jazz. What's up, Mr. Pete? 1985. We got my sister in the chat, by the way, for those who don't know. Casey Janc is my sister. I have literally never seen her at a live stream. So welcome, sis. Corey Bowen was here for a brief second. Cody Franklin is here as well. We're all super excited for Metro Prime 4. Going to be so cool to play. Yeah. And Corey, since you broke the ice with the super chat, I'm going to give you a little half shot here. Just a halvesies. Just a halvesies. Nothing major. Little UV apple. No big deal. Little halvesies. Just because of the $4 Canadian. Just because. Little halvesies. Thank you, man. Plus, I kind of just want to do one. All right. How you guys doing? What have you guys been playing this past week, huh? You guys tell me. How's gaming going for you guys? I suppose I can close. I don't know why the stream boss thing is open. We're going to turn off. Not the stream. The stream boss. It's just blocking chat, so. All right, turn that off. Oh, man. How you guys doing? It is Saturday. It's just been a long day because I did some work. Doing 90 and a 65. Hey, my friend's having a pool part or a pond party, and I was not invited. Lame. It's okay. We probably wouldn't have actually gone anyways, because I think we were working at the time. You're unpacking at the new house. Oh, nice. So you finally got into your new house. I think doesn't have a gaming bone in her body. That's all right. Well, I'm glad, sis, that you're moving into your new place right now, unpacking at it. That's good. Opinion on the SpongeBob game. Switch game has some pretty bad graphics. I have no opinion because I haven't seen it. I can't really comment on something I haven't seen. The original game didn't really have that kind of graphics, to be completely honest. But Pokemon Ultra Sun. Why are we talking about Pokemon Ultra Sun? Let's see here. Duke Nukem 3D 20th anniversary on Switch. You should give it a try. I guess I could. I remember playing that way back in the day. Could maybe give it a try. It's like $5 or $10. We'll see. Heck, I might be able to get it for free. I hate, like, oh man, you can get things for free, but like I've had quite a few developers emailing me about review codes for games, but I don't really plan to review, so I gotta like talk to them like, hey, I'm not gonna review it, but your footage might appear in a video or something. Might talk about the game if I'm really feeling it. I think the developer of that game contacted me, so I'll have to go through my business emails again. Cody Franklin, Astral Chain, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Monster Boy Cursed Kingdom, SpongeBob Rehydrated. That's what you've been playing the last week? Nice. Eric Wolf's been playing Breath of the Wild again and stepping up my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 gameplay. Nice. Nice. For me, it's just been Ninjala this past week mostly. I mean, granted, it was just 10 minutes. So Animal Crossing, played a little bit of Animal Crossing, and that was kind of it. I didn't. It's just been a really, really, really busy week. But I'll be gaming more tomorrow. Sunday's kind of like my big gaming day where I get to actually play for a couple hours, and then we'll go from there the rest of the week. Maybe I'll do some live streams later this week or something. Online multiplayer sick. Oh, and Duke Nukem 3D. Nice. Can you do an Angry Nate nerd episode? Like, basically just copy what the Angry Video Game Nerd does? Nah. He's too good at what he does. I can't possibly do anything remotely close to as good as he does with that stuff. All right. Cool. You guys got any more questions? We have about 20 people watching right now. Hit me with your questions. Hit me with your best shot. Ask your questions away. I'm going to have so many weeds and flowers to pull. Haven't been in my... Dude, we took a month off and there was a ton of weeds. We just started playing again this week after a month off. It was a lot of weeds. Of course, there's also a lot of new bugs and animals and well, animals, but fish and stuff to catch, which is nice. Some sharks, finally. Things are running on slow. What other game you think I talk about while I wait for some questions to come in? A little behind on the news. Oh yeah, dude, that Pokemon Go grandpa out in Japan, dude, his setup is sick. He's got how many phones are now? Let me look at this new photo. How many phones he's got? So there's just battery banks. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. God, he's got 60 phones. Jesus. Are they like all iPhones too? No, they're not all iPhones. Wait, no. Yeah, wait, they are all iPhones. He's got 60. I mean, they're different. There's some different generations. There's some older ones, some newer ones. Like that's an 11. That's an 11 Pro right there. But that's an 11 Pro. He's got a couple 11 Pros. Was he spending his retirement on this? He's probably made some money actually, because he's kind of famous for being like the craziest Pokemon Go player, catching all the rares. It's awesome. That's cool, dude. I don't know how he rides his bike anywhere. There's so many phones in the way. It's probably just more for show at this point. He probably doesn't even ride the bike around. It's crazy. 10-second video. This game sucks. Throw it out a window. Red Chaos says, how's my family and I doing? We're doing pretty good. You know, things are the best they've been in a while, but you know, there's still things to work on in some aspects, but yeah, things are going good. Things are going real good. I bought Mario and Sonic Olympic Games a while back, found it to be mediocre. I haven't played it since E3. I thought it was mediocre at E3. So, how mad would you be if you... welcome, John Early, by the way. How mad would you be if you found that somebody threw out a perfectly good Nintendo Switch? It's refurbished in an ugly box that smells horrible and looks ugly, but it doesn't have a dock to go with it. Well, why would I be mad? I would be... I don't know. It could be a girlfriend, like a guy cheated on his girlfriend and like she just took the Switch and threw it out with some shit. I don't know. I'm not going to be mad about it. If I found it, that's great. If I found out somebody, I don't know. Like, why would I be mad? There's a lot of things that are worth being mad about. Someone throwing out a perfectly good working Switch isn't really worth being mad about. So, who's this? What are you talking about, Eric Wolf? Maui 5. Wow. Super sexy hairdo. Thanks. I would love to take full credit for this hair, but I can't. It was my idea to do a little blonde frosting there, but to be completely honest, my girl does my hair. I can style it myself, but she's just better at it. Maybe it's better to do it on somebody else than it is to do it on yourself, or easier. I have no idea, but whenever you see my hair and it's looking fly and looking good, I probably didn't do it, but I know I look good, so. Let's see here. Mario and Sonic 2012 London was the last good one. I don't know if I've ever enjoyed any of the Mario Sonic games. Oh, the Pokemon guy. I can show you quick. I don't even know how I have this set up. It's been so long. Display capture, and you can't see it. As I put it above. There we go. That's the guy I was talking about right there. Random Pokemon Go Grandpa's amazing phone ring. Yeah. A lot of phones. Wait, I guess I gotta show you. There you go. Boom. I gotta turn off that thing. Here we go. That's a lot of phones. So, that's what I was talking about. In case you were wondering. You look like the Fallout guy. I'll take it. So today is a bug off for the next 20 minutes in Animal Crossing. Cool. What are your thoughts and analysis of Breath of the Wild 2 video in the near future? Oh. Yeah, I do have that in the works. I have some notes on it. I guess I haven't actually recorded anything. I'm not gonna give anything away, because if that video ever comes out, I'm not going to. I don't really want to spoil too much about it yet. I only have some notes right now. So, Mario Tennis Aces is a legit game. Yeah, dude, Mario Tennis Aces is fun. The gameplay's great. Lacked content in the single player, but the gameplay's great. How does that rig even work? Oh, that I have no idea how the guy does it. Now, I understood it when it was like 20 phones, and it was more realistic to ride the bike around and like stop, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. Somebody throwing out a Nintendo Switch because people will throw away anything. Hell, I'd throw out an Atari 2600 if someone gave it to me. Jesus. See if I can find some other gaming stuff to talk about while we wait for some more questions. Remember, get your questions in. Just literally ask. Chat's moving slow enough now. You don't have to do anything special to get your questions in. Anyone want to talk about Pokemon Unite? Anyone at all want to talk about Pokemon Unite? Can I get someone in the crowd who would like to talk about Pokemon Unite? Anyone? I think the only criticism I have of the game itself is just that there's only one mode, capture the flag. It'd be kind of like point capture, I guess. It'd be cool if they had some of the other modes that you see in some of the other MOBAs out there. But, I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Red Chaos really wants me to talk about Breath of the Wild 2. Really wants me to talk about Breath of the Wild 2. Some predictions for Breath of the Wild 2. It's going to be better than Breath of the Wild. Not just in terms of like, I think it'll run smoother and look prettier, but I mean like the actual story, the gameplay, everything. I think I'm going to end up liking it better than Breath of the Wild, which is crazy because Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game. I think the story is going to be darker. I think Zelda is going to be playable for just a small section of the game. Kind of like the side quest in Majora's Mask where you got to play, I think it's Anju or Kaffy, one of the two. It'll be like that. There'll be like a quest or a mission or maybe even a whole dungeon where you have to play as Zelda. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I think I might do a video on some guesswork I have for this game. Let's see here. I was streaming Sonic World earlier this afternoon. It's a 3D fan game, but it plays like a Sonic adventure game. Nice. Of course, Sonic Man's playing all the fan games out there. Ronnie Bell, welcome to the stream, says, have you played Xenoblade? I just finished it and it was amazing. I played the first Xenoblade, I played Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Haven't beaten any of them. I have not played Definitive Edition, so I can't comment on that. But yes, I have played. Pokemon Unite, more like Pokemon Disconnect. Red Chaos is looking forward to it. Sonic Man mentioned it's made by Tencent, so I understand that people don't like Tencent, but I mean, they have some good games, and they have in particular one really good MOBA game. So I don't necessarily view it being made by Tencent as a black mark on the quality of the game. I know that maybe that's a controversial opinion, but look at some of the games that Tencent has. Like, some of them are really good, so I'm not going to knock it just because Tencent's involved. Now, there's people who just will knock it because of the way Tencent runs their company in China, and I understand that perspective, but just Tencent being involved doesn't make it a bad game. But there could be some morality reasons, let's say, that people might not want to play a Tencent game. Then again, Nintendo works directly with Tencent, so you're supposed to just stop playing Nintendo games too? Have I played the remastered Star Wars Racer? No, I have not. The new Pod Racer? No. Well, it's not really new. It's the same game, but in HD. No, I haven't. Played the hell out of the original back on N64. What about Breath of the Wild 3? My mother made me throw out a VCR when I was being an old school fool. I had to throw out my Game Boy once because I was being naughty in school. Breath of the Wild 7 in 30 years. In 30 years? God, we'll be on Breath of the Wild 4. They take forever to make Zelda games. Kaffy. Yeah, okay, Kaffy was the playable one in Majora's Mask. Gotcha. Thanks, guys. Thanks for helping. I thought it was Kaffy, but it's been a while. I used to just know that stuff. My Zelda knowledge is starting to slip, man. I've forgotten more Zelda knowledge than most of you guys probably will ever know. Whew. I'm not saying that to my own horn. Like, literally, it was like my career at one point was Zelda. So, I have 3 divine beasts beaten. Still gotta kill the one on Death Mountain. I gotta either find gear that cools Link or cook stuff up, then I go to that mountain. Do we tell him, guys? Do we tell Cody Franklin at this point? Is it even a spoiler at this point? Just get to the Goron town. That's all I'm going to just get to the Goron town. That's all I'm going to say. You can get there even without the food. You'll lose a lot of life, but I'm just saying. Just get to the town, and you'll figure it out from there. I guess I don't want to spoil it too. I mean, it's not really spoiler at this point. It's just whatever. Just helping you out a little bit. You'll get there. Playing with Zelda and playing as Zelda are two very... I said playing as Zelda. I didn't say playing with. You got to play with Zelda before. Spirit Tracks. Technically, you played as her, although she was in a phantom. So technically, you controlled Zelda in a game. But I would say that was more playing with rather than playing as. But I think you literally will get to control Zelda like the character, not a spirit in another body thing. Just for like a little bit. It's going to be a very small part of the game. Like 99% of the game you're going to be Link. It's going to be like for one section. What are your thoughts on Super Nintendo World delayed until next year due to COVID-19? Expected. The theme park's not even open. So what are they going to do about it? The Universal theme park's not open. It's not going to be open the rest of the year. Disney World, Disneyland, not going to be open the rest of the year. What? I mean, it's not really Nintendo's decision. The company that they run the park through isn't open. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's just welcome to the pandemic. A lot of things are pushed back. That's more the thing with Tencent to me, more so their business. I don't know what other games they do, so I can't speak of their quality. They have some good games. It's just, some people, I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna say, and I understand why some people don't like Tencent. As a company, based on the monopoly in China and stuff like this. We're kind of the pot calling the kettle black. Not only because Nintendo already works with Tencent directly, Nintendo works with companies worse than Tencent. I'm not sure how many of you guys pay attention. Go ahead and look up Foxconn. Go ahead and look up the controversies with Foxconn. Go ahead and look up the child labor that Foxconn has used. The suicide rates at Foxconn. Nintendo works with shady companies in China. So you can have that Nintendo Switch. Own one of these Power A controllers. It's made by those companies in China. Reality is that I don't get super upset about Tencent being involved in anything with a Pokemon game or Nintendo, because if I'm going to be upset at that, then I should be upset at the things that are worse, so I can have a Switch in my hands. So reality is Tencent's almost the least evil of all the companies Nintendo works with in China. So at the end of the day, if you're going to be critical of Tencent or not get a game because of Tencent, not going to support it because of this, because of Tencent, then stop supporting Nintendo, who works with companies way worse than Tencent. And they do it so the products are cheap enough that you can actually afford it. You want them to not work with those Chinese companies anymore? Are you okay paying $700 for a Switch to have it made in America? Or some other, non-third world country where they're not taking advantage of people for cheap labor? It's kind of one of those things that we don't talk about it a lot, but it's something you have to kind of accept if you're going to be in this medium. So that's why I'm not as critical about stuff, because I know what's happening. I know it's bad, but I have to quit the medium to boycott. Like, you can't basically buy video games at all. You can't have a smartphone. You'd have to give up the niceties in life. And I hate, and maybe it makes me sound like a bad person, but I'm not ready to give up that stuff. So I don't know. It's such a sticky thing to talk about. That's why we don't talk about it that much. But I'm just saying that if you're going to be critical of the Tencent stuff, why aren't you critical of the rest? Because there's worse going on. Just do your research. Let's see here. Anything I'm watching right now? A bunch of stuff. Let me open up my Netflix quick. I've been watching a bunch of stuff on Netflix lately. Let me open this up here. Been watching the new season of The Order. I don't know if anyone knows that, but I've been watching the new season of 13 Reasons Why. I'm like 6 episodes in. Let's see here. I've been watching. I've been catching up on The Flash, and I know I'm like 3 seasons behind on Arrow. I know that's done now, but I want to finish watching out Arrow and The Flash. I just finished off and caught up on Lucifer. I know there's one more season coming on that, then that's done. And that's kind of, I guess, it for now with what I'm watching. Oh, I just watched Eurovision last night. I thought it was a really good movie. But me and my lady watched it last night, and we had really, really enjoyed it. So, Let's see here. Scrolling down. Do you believe a Switch Pro is coming out next year? I don't know at this point, because now you're starting to butt up close to where the gen would end, and you'd be looking at a Switch 2. So now I don't know. I thought for sure it was gonna come this year, but then the pandemic happened, and so no. So Super Swirl 101, thanks for coming to the stream, but I have no idea. Maybe. I'm just gonna say maybe. We haven't heard any. Once the pandemic hit, all the rumors and everything stopped. So yeah, it's one of those situations that any plan for it might have been completely scrapped, and now the focus might be on next gen. So, NBA is back, baby. Not yet. Not till July 31st, technically. I mean, unless you want to start counting the training camps and all that stuff. Too many games expo would have been this weekend. Do you think it will be safe to go to a convention like this in 2021? They claim there'll be a vaccine in early 2021, but I don't know. Until a vaccine and or a treatment that works in most cases is available, you can argue it's never safe. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not exactly the safest about things right now, so I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. Live your life. You decide to be as safe or not as safe as you want. I know it sucks because you can impact others. It's a difficult situation, but I'm not going to tell people what to do. That's kind of my stance on this right now. I'm not going to tell you what to do. So, but will it be safe? If a vaccine and or treatment or both exist, then I'd say it's probably relatively safe at that point. Lakers, bigger than comparison. Better than the Clippers, bigger than comparison. Lakers over the Clippers, says Dink Trooper for the NBA stuff. Doesn't matter. Bucks over both. I don't think it's a... Wasn't Foxconn supposed to open a plant in Wisconsin? They were. They kind of did, but they backed off on the 5,000 jobs, and it's more like 100. So, yeah, I think the plant might have even been canceled. It turned out to be a bunch of bullshit. What's up, ThinkCap? I saw you shout me out. How's it going, man? It's a really good point. We seemingly only shouted out about it when it started to inconvenience us. But the thing is, like, I don't know. It's such a sticky thing to talk about, because it's something that it's not like it's a hidden or unknown thing. You know, with what happens with these companies in China that Nintendo and every single electronics manufacturer works with. Your TV, your monitor, this camera, every electronic you have at some point had something, a part or the entire thing assembled and or made in China by a company doing shady stuff. And we kind of ignore it because we don't want to spend a lot of money on this stuff or spend even more money. This is a $700 camera made in the USA. It's probably a $3,000 camera. So it's a sticky situation. Because people are being taken advantage of so we can have cheaper shit. And we just don't talk about it. And I don't want to keep talking about it because it's kind of it's reality. We know what's happening. And I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying it's bad, but still buying the stuff anyways. And maybe that's why I don't talk about it, because I know how big of a hypocrite I am. I'm still going to buy the electronics as long as they exist, even though it continues to support something that I don't think is right. But it's also not going to change. Like, not enough people are going to stop buying electronics from China for it to change. There's not going to be... Like, we're having all these boycotts over, BLM and all that. And that's great. I think it's good. I think there is hopefully some positive change that can come out of it. But at the same point, why are we not having these kind of riots over everything made in China? What about China Lives Matter? Because right now... we're kind of acting like we just don't care because it's out of sight, out of mind. So, I don't know. And the Chinese government sucks. I'm not going to get too political here, but it's not good. Some of our prescription drugs, a lot of our prescription drugs are made in China too. A lot of everything is made in China. I guarantee if you went around your house and looked at a lot of the products in your house, a lot of it's made in China. Your bowls, your plates, your silverware, almost any electronic device. Maybe even your couch, while it might be assembled in the US, a lot of the parts for it, including the nails in it, might have came from China. This cup here, this giant lemonade cup that I got at the fair is made in the USA. Cool. Maybe that's why they can charge me like $25 for the dang thing. So I guess that's an example. So, well, the cup is made in the USA. Is the straw? Nope. Straw is made in China. So the cup's made in the USA, but the straw it comes with is made in China. So even that isn't like super legit because there's still something on it made in China. So it's just it is what it is at this point, It's hard to avoid things that are made in China because all American companies, if you live in the US in particular, basically use stuff from China because it's cheap. Let's see here. Yep, you're right. It was originally this weekend, but the expo was pushed to September. Okay, I noticed the guest page on the site was basically vaporized, so who knows? Okay, yeah, they're talking about that expo. Oh, what's Nintendo's big holiday game? Mario All-Stars 2? I think it's Breath of the Wild 2, but I've already said that several times. Nobody knows when the vaccine works. Well, there's a whole bunch of them like being tested, but again, we don't know. The hope is sometime in 2021, but we don't really know. Can we get a shout out to your friend? I'm not going to shout that out because I assume based on your username that you're trolling, and obviously that name you're talking about is whatever. So stop it, the Baka, please, or you will be banned. I already think you're a troll anyways, but I'll let it slide until you say something else, and then that's probably goodbye to you. Next gen is definitely coming this year. Well, yeah, it is coming this year for sure. Wave 1 hasn't even ended in the US. Like, it's already getting worse and the wave's not over. So Wave 2 is going to be horrible. I'm a Blazer fan. We'll see if they can get into the playoffs. Well, at least they get a shot. Thanks to the new format, they would have still had a shot if the 17 games in regular season would have finished out. But yeah, the Blazers still have a shot. So we'll see. Good luck, Cody, man. I actually hope they make it, dude. I love Damian Lillard, man. Guys, legit clutch as hell, dude. He could be my point guard any day, especially in the fourth quarter. Big Damian Lillard fan. Plus, the guy can rap a little. It's kind of cool. He could definitely rap better than Shaq. John Early, Tender Prime and Rich from Music are my favorite YouTubers. 5J Gaming used to be as well, but I think he's trying to get. 5J's just going through some stuff. I mean, if I get the podcast going again, he'll still be on the podcast, but he's not ready to come back. He's got personal life stuff he's going through, so I'm not going to get into it because it's his life, but yeah. What I've been playing on Switch? Right now, Ninjala and Animal Crossing. Nate and Rich. That's cool. I don't mind Rich from Review Tech USA. He's all right. Talks a little bit too much about drama for my liking, but it gets the clicks. So, I talk about drama sometimes too. I know it gets clicks. Negative news on my channel always performs better than positive news. Example. Oh, Switch stock is going to be sold out for a majority of the summer or for the next month or whatever. Boom, 16,000 views. Oh, the Switch is going to be back in stock and things have returned to normal. Crawls to 800 views. 800 versus... You see how the negative news gets a hell of a lot more views than the positive? And that's kind of the way it works. It doesn't matter what the positive news is. The negative always gets more. It's crazy. I could be like, oh, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming to Switch, right? Oh, that might get like 2,000-3,000 views. Cool. Oh, Switch lights are bricking. That'll get 50,000 views. Negative news just always outperforms positive. So I can't blame anyone who covers drama because drama gets clicks. BLM is much more than an organization that seeks for racial unity. I don't support them, but I support Black Lives. Yeah, it's kind of why I don't want to get into it too much because there's a lot of intricacies and it's really political. So I'm just going to leave it up. I was just kind of mentioning that as a one-off, like, hey, that's a thing, and I hope some positive comes from it. But like, there's things that are worse, like literal slavery still happening in the world that we're just ignoring. I'm just throwing that out there. There's literal slavery still happening in the world that we're not doing anything about, including in China. How would China react to a protest? Well, in China, they would probably just kill you. Because that's just the way the government is. But that's why the protest needs to be by the countries that rely on China for products. They need to boycott and or protest against China to force the government to make changes. Because China needs that outsider, that they need those companies. They need the American companies and the European. They need these companies to stay as rich as they are. So if they start to boycott and make a big fuss out of it, that's when real change will happen in China. Until then, I mean, I can't blame the Chinese people. There's been protests in Hong Kong going on for a while, and like, it's not going well. So, Yulia said something. The boys are home, dingus. I'm aware. They literally walked in to my office, honey. I think that's my sign that she wants me to to get off the stream. What we should do is think, come on, Nintendo, please start having stock shortages so we can make videos. Do I like Hyperkin products, like the Xbox 2 controller? Yeah, it's okay. Hyperkin product. I mean, I don't have a problem with most third-party products, but it really varies product to product. Like, there's some PowerA stuff that sucks. There's also some PowerA stuff that's good. So, like, the brand name on it doesn't matter as much as you just got to evaluate each product on your own. I think the Duke controller's fine. But, yeah. I just remember something that is off topic, but I went to work and there is a money shortage on change. I have not heard of that. There hasn't been a shortage on change in my area, so. China's playing the mutually assured destruction card. Yeah, I know. Because, like, they could just cut us off. And then, yeah, I know. It's kind of the world has become so reliant on the cheap labor in China that it's kind of a catch-22. Like, how do you boycott, but then not harm your own country? It's really, yeah, I know. It's a messed up situation. And I don't know what can be done about it. That's the unfortunate thing. And I think because of that catch-22, it's why no one talks about it. Or doesn't talk about it enough. It gets attention, but it doesn't get enough attention. It should be literally one of the top news topics on every major news network in the world. And it's not. Because, you know, what? Nothing's going to happen. Like, we know nothing's going to happen. So because nothing's going to happen, no one really wants to talk about it. Because, like, it's just not going to happen. Like, nothing's going to be done about it. Unfortunately. Tell Yulia I hope she's doing well. She's doing pretty good. I better go. Boys must be driving her nuts. So, I guess a little bit of a short stream, but that's all right. I just wanted to chime in. I was gonna work on a video, but I kind of decided just to do a little stream today for you guys. Hopefully you had fun. Maybe we'll have a bit of a longer stream next time when I can plan it out better. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was good to chat with you guys. Thank you, Corey, for your super chat earlier, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, which will be tomorrow.